My mom thinks that people are gassing her. She even mentioned today they tried to really dose me last night. What's happening on the news, terrorist attacks, dealing with 9/11. She's kind of all summed them up into one, and they're all kind of happening to her. My mom won't listen to me, but hopefully she'll listen to Dr. Phil.
I want to be a believer. I want to believe her, but in reality, how can it continually be happening at the same place by the same type of people? And so my theory is that mom's lonely, mom needs her daughter, and that maybe you just made up this problem because you needed my support, and the more that this happened, the more I came around. Maybe this has just kind of become like a altered reality to get attention from people. It doesn't matter who, because you're by yourself and you don't have dad anymore to talk to twice a week. So you're lonely.
Wow, that's the first I've heard of that she really didn't know if she believed me or not.
Well, Cheryl's daughter, Bryna, says her mother is lonely, vulnerable, and believes that Cheryl may have created an altered reality to get attention.
My mom's life right now is an altered state of reality and chaotic. My mom thinks that people are gassing her, using chlorine, ammonia, and there's even chemicals now that are going undetected. They're using so many different chemicals to see what her body or a human body would be able to withstand. And she even mentioned today they tried to really dose me last night, but they weren't successful. I guess they didn't get their dosage right. My mom grew up in a Jewish family, so my theory is she has heard about the whole gassing with the Holocaust, then what's happening on the news, terrorist attacks, and dealing with 9/11. She's kind of all summed them up into one, and they're all kind of happening to her. My greatest fear for my mom is she's going to end up penniless with nowhere to go.
How many times have you said that you're going to end up in your car?
Well, because it's frightening.
How stressful is that for me?
Well, but how stressful is it for me?
My mom won't listen to me, but hopefully she'll listen to Dr. Phil. This is the only hope that she had left, is that Dr. Phil is going to save her.
Your concern is that maybe she's just delusional, or is your concern that she's purposely constructing all of this for attention?
In one aspect, I feel like she's delusional because this is an absurd thought process that she's going through. And it's usually happening on her own that I have to hear the aftermath of. When we're together, I feel like it's just for attention. Like she says this stuff for attention, for me to, because she's always talking about she needs help. She needs me to help her. I'm her support group.
How do you respond to that?
Well, I respond to that they are smart about what they're doing. They single somebody out that's by themselves, has no company, no one comes over, has no support group, and then nobody believes you.
Well, I have two observations I'd like to share so far of what I've seen and heard so far.
Okay.
Would you like to hear them?
Sure.
Number one, I don't think your mother is making this up to get attention. In my opinion, you can cross that one off the list. Okay. I really don't think that's true. I think she believes what she's saying 100%. The second observation I have is that when you said you saw that man and looked into his eyes and you could tell he wanted to put his hands around your neck and choke you to death and wanted to kill you, and right then, right that moment and all. I've been doing this for over 45 years, and I'm about as good a read of people as anybody I've ever met. And I couldn't tell all of that from looking at somebody and the way they shifted their eyes. So I think you're projecting a lot onto that person because you're suspicious of them.
I know everybody trusts you and they will listen to you, and I'm just hoping that this is not just happening where I live, but it's happening all over. It's an attack within for our country. No, and it's only those of us that are observant and pay attention. Of course, we're going to be the target because we're the ones that seeing what's going on.
Do any of Cheryl's claims stand up to challenge? Well, we're going to find out next.